Gotta unmute! Dumbass! Hello, hello, hello! This is Sena, your resident DIYer at FlaVR. How are we doing tonight? I know I'm muted. I'm always muted. I'm like actually dumb, guys. Hello. Hey, yep. Hi, guys. Ooh. So, we are gonna do another cooking guide because it seems to be that Nyana and a couple other people were like, the last one you did was too hard. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna dumb it down. And this is just gonna be milk toast. This is gonna be so dumbed down. Sketty! Okay, let me get some music going. I learned recently that you can play like classical music from composers from like 75 years ago and it won't get copy striked. So we're gonna do some Chopin. There we go. How is it? Is that good? Is that okay? Surprise, Piñata's here. Hi, Piñata. How was the Discord? Shut up. It's okay so far. Some teenager hopped into a voice call as I was trying to test mic settings. And his voice did in fact crack. I'm not naming names though. Don't worry, don't worry. Don't worry. Shh. Spaghetti and meatballs. Welcome to Bon Appetit. Kids. Yeah. New emote, yes. I've been working on some emotes throughout the day. Finally sat down and did some hand camming. Except I have gloves on. Haha. Oh no, I gotta fix that. Oh no. Okay, give me a sec. Wait, no, back that. There we go. Hey. I might be able to figure it out. There we go. Boom. Alright, fixed it. Guess I gotta keep that tab open. Alright. Wow, full giggles today. Okay, sorry. Hi, Abby. Hi, Abby. Hi. Was he one of those kids that constantly sounded like he's on the verge of crying? No, not that bad. Not that bad. He just started with the, oh, hi, Sena. And I was like, oh, ho, ho, you silly little boy. Okay. Let's, enough ragging. Hey, let's get started. Is the music like loud enough? Can you hear anything? Should I turn it up a bit? How's the sound quality? How's the sound quality, stinkies? Hello. Is it good? Should I be like blasting it? Okay. I can't hear on good days, Sena. You're old. You're old. Good quality. Okay. Last time I talked to a woman outside my family was 8 months ago, and that was about calculus. Oh no. Wow. Wow. Sounds a little incelish, Celis. Okay, alright. Music is kind of quiet, but it's audible. It's quiet mainly because like the song is starting out in a pianissimo, so it'll build up momentum. Chopin always starts his songs out really low, so I don't leave my house. Homeschooler. I can say that I was homeschooled. Okay, all right. What are we talking about? We are talking about a beginner's guide. This is a comprehensive guide to cooking. How to cook for dummies. Okay? Don't be mean to Celis. I'll do what I want, ho. Alright. Next to Mima. What we're cooking, what we're covering. Alright? I made some AI art myself. Appreciate it. Alright. we'll be covering some knife skills, types of cooking, cook times, cheat sheets, and gadgets. Oh shit, I don't think I finished my Canva. Whoops! Flying by the seat of the paint. Hold on. You know what? I can do that. I can do this real quick. I'm a professional. I can literally just go. Oh, we can just enter it as we go. That's fine. We can enter it as we go because then it can be like, look, guys, it's so Googleable. All right. That's fine. It works. Okay. Brum, 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 brum. I appreciate your personal grammar. Oh yeah. Okay. Wow. This is knife skills demonstration. Okay, there is a demonstration. We'll be covering julienne, which is a thin sliver, diced, which is, you know, just like the small cubes, sliced and chopped. Here we go. Ready to see my little knuckles? Oh no, it's fine. Alright, so here I am showing you at the very beginning, I was showing you the knives, how there's different knives. There's a serrated and non-serrated. And then I'm showing you like how you hold it. Like, it doesn't really matter. One of my favorite YouTube cooks, like, really got me super heavily into like actually cooking was like, it doesn't really matter knife skills, right? It's just like what works best for you. So here I'm just like kind of showing you like you can just kind of go quick about it. You don't have to do the stupid claw if you don't want to do the stupid claw. And then of course I, you know, went back, did the claw so people aren't like, she doesn't know how to claw. You know. I'm not seeing a chiffonade on that list. Shame. Chiffonade sounds French. That's why you didn't see it. Obviously this is going to be like a normal dice where you just cut right in, you do it, and then you can cut straight from it instead of like doing what I did. My tomatoes were super juicy and slippery, so they kind of just fell apart, but there's that. Then of course the onion. I like to peel onions in a very specific way where like I will peel that outer layer and then do like a small slice and then peel back like one extra layer. And then here after this clip I show you like how like sometimes if you cut just like a slice and you follow the ring, you can dice it just like that rather than slicing into it and doing like that hex. You can just do that, cut the ring itself. When you're a home cook, you're not really cooking fast. You're not trying to do knife skills super fast like some professional chef. You're not a line cook. You're doing things methodically. It does not need to be so fast paced. You can just enjoy it. And then here I'll julienne a carrot. Yeah. So this is going a bit fast. Yeah, so like I recorded it with my phone and then I put it in 2x speed because it was like it wasn't sending the video. It wouldn't send the video past a certain length to my drive, so I just decided to speed it up. But yeah, julienne it, and then when you get it really thin like that, you can also just go back, push them together, and then dice them extra fine, so like mince almost. And yeah. Oh, and that right there at the very end was just me showing you like you can rock your knife back and forth. It's like a nice pro tip. When you're not doing, is the carrot homegrown? Yes, it is. When you're not, when you're wanting to slice fast, the best way to do it is to rock your knife back and forth and not even have it like fully leave the cutting board. You just follow that nice seesaw motion and it works pretty well. As for a nice knife grip, I like to do like a close knuckle grip all the way up the handle. It just gives me a better grip since I do have small fingies. I also don't really feel like you need to rest your finger along the edge of your knife or anything to help balance it. You can really just do a nice knuckle grip. As for like holding your hand, it doesn't necessarily have to be a claw. Sometimes that's not the most comfortable thing, and if you're not going super fast, you're not going to cut your hand because you're not going fast. Always try to keep your thumb tucked out of the way if possible. And you know, if you are very scared about cutting yourself, I would recommend that claw grip. That's just when you curl your hands towards your, curl your fingers towards your hand as you place it on whatever you're holding to cut. And that is a claw grip. Okay, next, Mimu. I learned from my brother. Dang it, Sena, I hold my knife the same way. Yeah, I learned that, from one of the line cooks when I was working in a kitchen. They were like, just hold it like this. Your hands are too small. You can't control it. I was like, so yeah, that's what I did. But yeah, sorry. Thought I heard something outside. Sometimes there's like, it's so windy where I live that like I'll hear something and I'm like, is there like an injured animal in the backyard? It's not, it's the wind. But yes, well, he learned from a chef too. Skinwalkers, yes, don't ever respond to your name being called in the woods, yeah? Yeah, let me see. Yeah, let me see if I can actually play this again, and I'll just like slow it down this time for you. There you go. Oh, now it's like too slow. Holy sheesh. All right. There you go. Now you can see like the knife is just smooth, right? That's my normal knife. I use that, I sharpen it. And then this is a serrated one. For certain vegetables like tomatoes, something with like a softer flesh, like a tomato has, or a peach, or peppers especially, a serrated knife is going to have that nice grip. Obviously, if you have a super duper sharp chef's knife, it should slice through a tomato pretty fine. But like, you know, this is the home cook. This is the beginner cook. Just having a serrated knife is fine. And as you can see, it's not like a special serrated knife. It's just a steak knife. It's really simple. It's just, it works. It just works. Do I have an opinion on knives? I'm looking at Shun, I want. I really think that there is no need to have an entire knife set. I think having 1 to 3 is good enough. Your knives don't have to be special, like Damascus steel type knives. It just has to be something that you can sharpen and take care of, and something that feels comfortable in your hand. So for me, I have a smaller chef's knife. That's not pictured here because like I wasn't doing a whole lot of prep work. It was just like small stuff. And then I have a paring knife, which is what I use all the time. And then I obviously have a serrated knife. I have multiple serrated knives because they're steak knives and they come in packs. But for the most part, if you just spend a little bit of cash, probably no more than like $20 on a nice chef's knife, you are golden, pony boy. So human flesh is just more expensive protein. What? Hi, Jubilee. Excited to cook with Sena. Thank you. Thank you. But I like Damascus steel. It looks very pretty, but it's not like it adds anything to the cutting, right? So, let me turn that down. See, I told you it'll build up at some point. Okay. But yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, you can just like dice it. If things start to fall apart, it's pretty easy to just get a hand on things. And then if you cut an onion rings wise, you can literally just cut the ring in half and then cut it that way and still get a nice even dicing. And then of course there's always the hex way where you do your cuts down and then you do your cuts across and then you slice it like that from the top down. Obviously, that's one of the carrots. One of the carrots I had this summer. They have kept well in my fridge since I've plucked them in. I think these ones are from September. So they've kept, which is pretty impressive. Hi, holy hands. I know, I'm wearing my fingerless gloves. I actually wouldn't have minded having them off, but my wrists were in genuine pain from all the drawing I did today. And I was like, well, they're washable. I'll just keep them on. So you're not missing much. Just, my hands are probably about as pink as the glove. So you're not missing much. Maybe a little bit of freckles. That's about it. Freckles, my promise ring, that's about it. What did I draw? I've been working on emotes for you guys, and obviously on my model. I think I have finally decided on an outfit and some toggleable stuff like the bright orange apron. Sena is just a habitual artist now. Yeah. And then obviously here's the fine mincing. Yeah. And then the seesaw motion is like that. You're working from back to front. There you go. All right. Next slide. All right. This is the types of cooking. Obviously, for those of you who are in the Sena Cord, you'll know I made spaghetti tonight. So you will be watching some clips of cooking spaghetti. But there are many different types of cooking. There's boiled. If you're boiling noodles, my suggestion for you is to have a perfect al dente every time, is to cook it 1 minute less than the lowest recommended cook time on the box or packaging that your noodles come in. It ends up being perfect al dente for me. I think it has the nice chew and bite that you still want. If they're noodles from scratch, obviously cook time is usually about 2 minutes. Are the noodles from scratch? No. I went to Target the other day and they had bucatini, which is one of my favorite noodles, and I was like, heck yeah, I'm having spaghetti. So yes. Steaming food. Sometimes you need a steamer. Sometimes you can just make your own rickshaw type steamer where you have a bowl inside of your pot and you steam it. I don't steam a lot of stuff, so that is not something I am super familiar with because I don't really like steamed vegetables. I would much rather have them sauteed. Baking, obviously, you can just follow the instructions. Any recipe you're following that includes baking, they'll give you the cook time and the temperature. For sauteing, you're always going to want to use a little bit of oil or margarine or butter or tallow or fat or whatever, some sort of fat, to prevent sticking in the pan. I do not own, well, I own nonstick pans, but the coating has all but worn off. And I don't really believe in nonstick pans. I don't, the coating eventually wears off into your food. It's not really safe for consumption. So you're better off not buying nonstick pans. I bought them because I liked the color of the outside of the pan. I fell for the looks. I did. So yeah, spaghetti is one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites too. How do you join the Discord? I'm not sure. One of the people in here might be able to tell you. I don't know. I had asked one of the people in here. I was like, oh, can I have the link? Ooh. But yes. If you do join it, I'm hoping to stream The Room in a few days maybe and do a watch along there because it seems fun. Obviously. Yeah. Anyways, fried times is gonna vary by meat and by item. French fries usually take about 8 minutes at 350. Then you can double fry them at 375 if you want it extra crisp. I do. Also, it's gonna depend on your oil, because the oil will actually change the taste a little bit. I know some people really love French fries fried in duck fat. I have never tried it, but it sounds good. And then grilled. Grilled is also going to be finicky. Grilling is always finicky. There's hot spots on a grill. Are you grilling a gas grill, a charcoal grill? Are you doing wood grill? It is. This grilling definitely is not beginner friendly in my opinion. But if you can figure out the hot spots on your grill, it can become beginner friendly. And all you have to do is pay attention to cook times at that point, right? So cook times and temperature. Most grills, even the cheapest ones from Wally World, are gonna have a temperature on the outside. So you can kind of monitor that a little bit. Yeah. And thickness. Yes, thickness does account for how long cook times are. Generally, when you're buying something prepackaged meat-wise, the thickness is going to be around the same, because when it's prepackaged like that, you want it to all be uniform. So, and if you're following some form of good knife skills, your cuts should be uniform for French fries, so they should take the same time every time. Once you find your sweet spot, it should remain your sweet spot. I love extra crispy fries. Yes. I also think when you are done, always have a good system for draining things when you're frying, sauteing even, and grilling. If you're grilling meat or sauteing them, you're gonna want to pull it out of the pan and let it rest. I know for me personally, especially if it's grilled, I like to wrap it in tinfoil. If I feel like it might be underdone, it'll finish that way. Otherwise, you just let it rest uncovered on a food safe or meat safe cutting board. So yeah. And then here is my little cooking video, and I gotta make sure that it is boom. It'll be fast. Look, blood! Ah! Just cutting into the hamburger package. It's actually venison that I killed. And then that is the tomatoes. So the tomatoes that we sliced, and then a little bit of tomato paste and some vegetable bouillon I decided to add in just because I didn't have any canned tomatoes and I just needed it to have a more robust flavor. So I added in some vegetable bouillon paste and then added in a ton of seasoning. You guys have my bolognese sauce recipe somewhere in the ether that is my channel. So yes, I followed that, put it in my little Ninja, one of my favorite gadgets that I have. Blended her all up until she was nice and thick and blended, well incorporated. And there's a picture of my sauce bubbling with my venison burger. And, here's my little Salt Bay moment. Appreciate it. Yeah. Wow. Hot. Okay. And then here. There we go. Pause that. You can see the sauce. Obviously, the red wine, the carrots are in there. I did cook down my slow-mo. Yeah. I cooked down my venison, and then I added my onion and carrot with a little bit of bacon grease to caramelize and kind of melt down, so that way there's not a bite to it, that it just kind of melts in your mouth. And it was delicious. It was so good. And then, of course, salting my water. Always salt your pasta water. Always. And then, of course, as my noodles were boiling, I took some of that starch water and mixed it in, thinned down the pasta sauce just a tad so it can, ladle out nicer on my bowl. Yes. Hemoglobin is blood. Yes, it's myoglobin. It is not technically blood. Are you going to touch the World Cup and get banned too? Me? It wasn't blood. It's also meat. It's kind of different. Alright. Next up. So this is the one I didn't fill out, but that's fine. I can fill it out right now. Okay. So we have pork. These are all the temps and cook guides. So pork, when I did do my research, so I did do it, I just didn't add it to Canva. Adding pasta water also adds a nice velvety texture. Yes. Did I add any spice? I did. I added garlic, onion, red pepper flake, tarragon, basil, a bay leaf, obviously, salt, pepper, and then I added some brown sugar. Yes, I did. Yes, and red wine. Woohoo! Salt in the water decreases the boiling temperature. Meow. Okay, so cook times are going to vary by the cut of pork. Recently found out that pork now has a new cook temp. I'm still skeptical of 145 degrees Fahrenheit, freedom height. I grew up thinking it was like 160, but apparently, with how many antibiotics are shoved into the meat, it's technically safe at 145. Didn't know that. A little scary. Pork is the best meat. Pork is delicious, yes. So for cook times, roasts, I find for roasts, I like to do at least 4 hours. At least 4 hours. But personally, I prefer a nice, slow going 10 to 12 hour roast. Slow and low. It will fall right off the bone, tender, juicy, wonderful meat. So good. So good. For pork chops, it kind of depends. I like a good fried pork chop. It also depends on the thickness. I like a very thin pork chop. I find that usually is like 4 minutes on both sides. But if it's a bone-in and if it's thicker, it's going to be more like 6 to 7 and then 5 to 6 on the other side. By that time, your pan's pretty hot or it's been warmed through at least. Yep. And then for tenderloin. Now this depends. Tenderloin, sometimes it can be a center cut, right? Which is going to be similar to your pork chop at that point. But for tenderloin, I usually get the whole log, and I will also slow roast that as a roast. You can also smoke it for the same amount of time at the same temp. Very, 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 very versatile meat. Absolutely love pork. Butterfly pork chop, 3 minutes aside, bone in, almost double that. Oh, nice, okay. If you butterfly it, of course, because then it makes it thinner, right? And then bone in, like some huge piece, it's going to be dependent on size again. Then for beef, for roasts, I would say the same. I think beef tends to melt easier. So I usually do like a 8 to 10 hour on beef roasts. I am not huge on beef roasts. It's just like not my favorite. I would much rather have a pork roast. That's just me. For steak, for my own medium rare and how I cook my steak, I usually do, probably about 5 on either side, if that. And a nice tip is you can check your the touch of the steak. You can just push down, and if it has a certain push to it, it's a certain temp. Let me pull that image up. Let me see. Yes. Yeah. So if you have your hand completely open as a 5 and you touch the little fat pad of your thumb on the inner of your palm of your hand, if you touch it fully open, that's raw. If you do a okay sign with your pointer finger and your thumb and touch, that's rare. If you do your middle finger to your thumb, that's medium rare. So it just has a little bit of push. The meat beneath your thumb. Yes. I like my steaks so a good veterinarian can bring it back. Oh gosh. So that depends. For organ meat, it's also going to depend. I know for a heart, I think when it was, you can cook it, obviously marinate it first because that shit is very lean. And because it's so lean, you want to cook it just quick. Real quick. I would say 4 to 5 on either side as well. And then for bone in, like a tomahawk, that is going to take a little bit longer too, or a prime rib. And you're going to want to cook it a bit on a lower temp at that point, just to keep the tenderness together, in my opinion. Next would be fowl and fish. So the proper temperature for chicken, I believe, is 165. Yep, okay. Yes, come on, food safety. So 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. It is very important to make sure your chicken is cooked through entirely. Let me remove that video. Shoot. Make sure that it is cooked through entirely, okay? Then there's eggs. Eggs are usually going to be a matter of preference. The whites of any egg can technically be digested raw. Things are so pasteurized in the US that eggs are technically safe to eat raw. Like, say when you're afraid to eat raw cookie dough because it has an egg in it, you're more than likely to, like, have stomach issues from the raw flour than you are from the eggs. So, no one likes to bite into raw pink chicken. Yes, exactly. There are certain birds that you can cook medium rare, like duck, because they have what you call red meat or dark meat on it. But chicken pretty much has almost no red meat on it. It does have to be cooked all the way through. Salmonella is not good. Yes, hello, food poisoning. I want to try duck one day. Yeah. So for eggs, scrambled, I like mine a nice soft scramble. So I throw it in a pan. I stir it really, really quick until it like creates just enough shape or fluff, and then I pull it. I add a bunch of cheese and I'm good to go. It's the same for omelets for me. I like them a little runny. For a boiled egg, I prefer I prefer a runny yolk on a boiled egg, so soft boil. For fried egg, I also prefer sunny side up or a over easy. The terminology for fried eggs goes as this: sunny side up means that the yellow of the yolk is still visible from the side up. It's just cooked nice, low and slow until the whites are completely done. For over easy, it just means that there might be a slight run to the white, but almost none. Over medium, no run to the white, and the yolk is still runny. And then over hard is the yolk has been fried hard as well. So now you know. Now you know when you go to a diner what to get, what your preference is. And then poached eggs are not my favorite because it just is a little watery sometimes, and it takes like too much hand technical skill. You get your water boiling, you do a quick stir, and you plop your egg in while it's stirred, and then you pull it out as soon as it starts to form like a solid. Sena sounds like she's getting hungry. No, I'm actually really full. I'm like stuffed. I couldn't finish my serving of pasta. I'm so full that my tummy hurts. Okay. And then for chicken, personally, I have found a method that works best for me. For fried chicken, for chicken breast, I would say 8 minutes one side, 7 minutes the other. For tenderloin, I do 6 and 5. I would say the same for sauteing it, unless you're cutting it cubed, at which point you just move it around until it looks done. I usually say sauteing it if it's like diced or cubed. I like to do it like, I don't know, probably about 8 minutes. 8 to 10 minutes. Poached eggs work best with very fresh eggs and just a splash of vinegar in the water. Why vinegar? And why just a splash? And what kind? And then for fried chicken breast, fried wings, I like bone-in. That is my preference. I like bone-in wings. I don't like boneless wings. I might as well be having chicken nuggets or popcorn chicken. I like bone-in wings. I find that 8 and 8 usually works for me, or sometimes 10 and 10, depends on how hot the oil is. But I actually prefer air frying my wings because it's just easier. Then I don't have to babysit them as much. And usually it's about 20 minutes. I pull out the basket and give it a shake, shake, shake at 10-minute mark and then put it back in. So yeah, chicken nuggets are nice and comfy. Yeah, but I like boning. Boning. Yeah, I like boning. And then of course there's the bone-in chicken. It's also going to change the cook time. Baking chicken's really nice if you do a whole bird or even a half bird. So yeah. Turkey also is a little different. It's pretty dry. It's a pretty dry bird, so you do have to brine it sometimes to make sure it's not dried out. But yeah. Then for fish and shellfish, some fish can be served obviously raw. There's sushi, but a lot of fish is cooked like steak, like salmon and tuna. You can cook it medium rare, usually. If I'm doing a tuna steak, I would cook it medium rare, doing like 2 to 3 minutes on either side and pulling it off. I think fish is an acquired taste for a lot of people, so you don't really have to marinate fish. It just has a nice natural taste, and then you can top it with your favorite sauce or just salt, pepper, and lime. For shellfish, a lot of the shellfish, they tell you when it's ready. They turn color. So shrimp will go from gray to pink. As soon as it turns pink, you want to pull it. Same for lobster and crab. For scallops or mussels or oysters, I don't really like a lot of the mollusks, but I do like scallops. You can just do a quick fry on either side. Try not to do it as a high temp because they get tough. They kind of like contract real hard if you fry it at a high temp. So yeah, there's that. I would always recommend cooking. For me, I like scallops cooked in butter. Score either side, like top and bottom, and then cook them real quick in some butter either side. Pull them and make a nice wine reduction sauce for them. White wine. Very, very delicious stuff. Love scallops. Yeah, me too. Scallops and oysters are best raw. No. I like scallops cooked, and I don't really like oysters. They're a little slimy, they're a little boogery. I don't know. I don't want to be eating boogers. I don't want to eat sea boogers. I'm all set. Then give me 1 sec to take a sip of water and check the next slide. One sec. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Hi. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Let me turn the music down a bit. Let me turn it down on my headphones. I don't lose my mind. Okay. Hello. Where did I put? There we go. Okay. And then let me go back to where we were. All right. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Here are the cheats for cooking. Oh my gosh. Wow. Sorry. I didn't take my meds yet. Why is Big Sis gone? I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm so sorry. Okay. So for cheats. Cheating. Oh no. I actually think, unironically, cheating in cooking is completely fine. Encouraged even. Whatever makes it easier for yourself, absolutely do it. So, for pre-made, you can buy pre-made dough, pre-made pasta, pre-made anything. Absolutely do it. For me, I like to buy pre-made pizza dough and pre-made biscuits. It's just easier that way. I mean, it's easy to throw together a quick dough, but it's so much easier to just buy it. And it's relatively inexpensive. What the fuck is cheating in cooking as long as it doesn't worsen the quality of food? Literally. Speedrunning cooking chicken, lol. You're wasting your time to churn your own butter, trust me. Exactly. Unless you have one of those KitchenAid stand-up mixers. Yeah. Okay. Pre-cut. Buying things pre-cut. Say you're afraid of knives. Say you just don't want to handle knives. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I got you. You can buy things pre-cut in the salad aisle. You just go ahead and look in the salad aisle. They're going to have pre-diced things of mirepoix, like onions and celery and carrot, but they're also going to have pre-sliced things like mushrooms and peppers. You can also find, minced up garlic. So, yeah. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Pre-marinated. You can buy pre-marinated meat, pre-marinated vegetables. Super great option if you're not great at coming up with your own marinades or your own spice rubs. This is a great cheat. It's a great cheat. A good example would be like jerked pork. Say you don't have all the things you need for jerked pork. There's plenty of people who have like really good pre-marinated jerked pork. Really good. Or even marinade to buy. Yes, thank you. Thank you for blessing me. But yeah. Well, good thing I do have a KitchenAid. Yeah. And then pre-cooked. You can buy pre-cooked wings and then just heat them up in the air fryer or the oven. You can buy pre-cooked vegetables. You can buy pre-cooked anything. You can buy them frozen in the freezer aisle and just warm them through. Mint and Lolime raid. Thank you, Mint and Lolime. Hello. How was the OC creation? Who won? Whose was better? I already know the answer. Definitely Mint. No, I just gotta give Lolime a hard time. I have to. It's required of me. It is my obligation. Hello, yes. Welcome, Raiders. Did you enjoy the stream? Alright, next. Gadgets. Gadgets are so helpful in the kitchen. Here are my gadgets. I will make it bigger for a second for you. Boop, boop, boop. There are my gadgets. Here is my little grease trap, my little grease screen. Helps protect me from the bubbles and splashes. Don't worry, I already removed my reflection from everything. But yes, the grease traps. Bacon especially can get real poppily, really poppy. And, I do have some grease burns permanently on my hands from working kitchens, and I don't want any more. Is that a garlic press? Nope, I don't own a garlic press. And then obviously my crock pot and my Ninja air fryer that someone just gave to me for free. And I realized, since people were like, you need a pressure cooker. You just switch the lid. I do technically have a pressure cooker in this air fryer. I didn't even I didn't even realize because like it didn't come with the box or anything. It just kind of was handed to me. So yeah. Oh geez, sorry to hear. Yeah. And then my rice cooker, the one that goes da na 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 da na 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 na. Yeah, it sings to me. It sings to me. Baking bacon is a good way to avoid getting grease pops. Who the hell? I'm judging. You're bacon? Nah, I'm judging hardcore. Air fryers are God's greatest gift to mankind. I don't know. I don't use my air fryer a whole lot. It is very heavy and bulky and takes up too much space and has a really loud, obnoxious fan. Just like I don't want to hear that. I don't have time for that. So, and then my little Ninja personal blender, my immersion blender, that's kind of new. My potato masher, my little fry hand. I don't know what they're called. I just use it as like a little basket to scoop out fries and fried goods. I think it just works the best out of all of my tools. And then this isn't a garlic grater. It's a cheese grater, but I use it for grating just about anything. Yeah. Those are my gadgets. Yeah. Another one that I think is good is a slap chop. I do own one. I don't use it. That's because I enjoy cutting things. But my dad owns one. My mom is like a pampered chef lady. She's a pampered chef mom. So she owns all pampered chef gadgets. And this is one of my dad's favorites to use to mince up onion really small until it's practically mush to mix into his meatloaf. So he likes the slap chop. He'd be mad if I didn't include it. Not that he watches me or knows that I do this. But yes, you know you're having meatloaf that night when all you hear is of that slap chop. And then of course you have the dicer or chopper, similar to this, but it has a mold that you're essentially pressing it through. You also do a big slap to it. But you can get different attachments to do different types of slices, almost like a mandolin, but a lot safer. Mandolins are not a gadget I can recommend to any beginner chef because you're going to want to go fast and then you will slice your fingers. I own a mandolin in my home growing up. And my mom was definitely one of those cooks who was not a good cook, but liked to go fast. And she would get her hand cut up from a mandolin just from moving it to a different cupboard, let alone using it. So, cannot recommend a mandolin. Even though they are pretty handy for thinly slicing things. They also do have a crinkle cut option for crinkle cut fries usually. But yeah. So I would say this is a pretty good gadget. They come in bigger sizes to carry more stuff. They come with tons of different cutting options. Really customizable here. But the big thing for gadgets is they're only useful to you if you're actually using them. I know, crazy. They're only useful if you use them. Yes, you heard it here first. I don't find my air fryer too useful, but I didn't pay for it, so I don't have to feel bad about it. But it is a pain in the ass to store. There's not a lot of places I can put it in my kitchen because I live in a small townhome, and cabinet space is pretty limited, so it gets stored in my laundry room of all places. That is where all of my excess pantry goods are at right now at this point. Never had a problem with mandolins. Come on, Sena, you're a DIYer. You should know how to use it. Know to use a ticking stick on a mandolin. I don't know. I don't really use a mandolin. I find I can get that thin slice on my own. And I am never cooking that fast that I need it. That's the thing, is like a mandolin's great if you're in a kitchen professionally as a line cook. Like, that makes sense. You're moving as fast as you possibly can. I am cooking for my family or just myself. There's no rush. They can wait. They will wait. They have no other choice. So, yeah, that is my thought process on that. But yeah. No pasta machine? Nope. I want to have the KitchenAid stand mixer, but I am saving up for it, and I want to get the pasta attachments with it. I'd rather have that than strap it to my table, because my table does have a lip underneath. So I like would have to account for the lip and get over that, and I can't. So nope, no pasta attachment. I don't have a overhang from my counter enough to have a pasta attachment, so I wouldn't even know where to put it. While Sena says wait, she means it. When Sena says wait, she means it. Yes, yeah, pretty much. I mean, what are they gonna do? Cook it themselves? No. They're not. They're definitely not. So I'm not worried. I enjoy knife work in the kitchen too much to use gadgets or buy pre-cut. That's me. That's me. But for the sake of beginners, I would say the gadgets can be really helpful. Like, you know, my little brothers, when they first learned how to cook, they weren't using knives straight away. I did not trust them with it. But when the youngest one got a little more comfortable, you know, I started showing him how to do knife cuts. Turd Bon Bon by that time did not want to cook anything but ramen noodles. So whether he knows knife skills even now, I don't know. I don't know. Not my problem anymore. He does technically have parents who could teach him, technically. So I tried. My favorite gadget in the kitchen is chopsticks, actually. Yes, it's a great gadget. I would say it's more like a utensil, though. Almost like a stirrer. But I guess if I'm including like potato mashers, then I guess that's fair game, right? But like a good pair of metal chopsticks are really great for cooking. The long ones, I own 2 pairs of those. They're great for that. Definitely great for that. Especially if you know how to hold chopsticks. Not a lot of people do. By a lot of people, I mean white people. Hello. But I know how to hold them. Yes. Because I am a weeb. Oh. But yeah, no. Chopsticks are a really good thing to have in the kitchen. And then, what works best for you? That's the question, right? I think this is where I can open it up for questions. If you have any questions about cooking, or, hey, Sena, like, what would you recommend in this situation for cooking? Now would be the time. Now would be the time, essentially. But yes. What can I do to help you, chat? Let me help you. Mail me sketty. Thanks. Make your own. Any KitchenAid mixer made after 1999 is worthless. True, I fix KitchenAids at least weekly. I couldn't use chopsticks until one day I could. Yep, it happens. Weed. Let me. I know, I'm not trying to pick on Nyana, but like I just know from what she's talked about wanting to learn. I think, you know, buying things pre-done. She talked about making soup the other day, how she had broth and like was like, what do I even do with this? And bought a few things and put together a soup. And that's the thing, right? That's the nice thing of cooking. You just grab stuff, throw it together, and most of the time it works. What would a simple but good dish to make for a date? Pasta's always a safe option, but it can be kind of heavy on your stomach afterwards. Steak is a little fancy, but it is, in my opinion, a little more foolproof than chicken, because chicken, if overcooked, can be really, really dry, and undercooked can be dangerous. I think steak is always a really, really solid option. I also think soup or like stews are actually kind of nice to have as a date option. I feel like if someone made me just like a homemade soup on a cold winter day as a date, that'd be really nice with like some fresh bread. Yeah, that'd be really cool. But I think pasta is probably the safest option. You want to be careful because like my best friends say she has shellfish allergy, so like you kind of have to stay away from things that are like bigger allergies. So I would say steak or some form of beef. Oh shoot. Thank you for the super chat. Today I want to eat a croissant. What should I do? You could go buy a croissant. But yes, to answer your question, I think steak or pasta, sometimes even both. I think a really nice side to have with steak would be Brussels sprouts and mashed potatoes. That is what I like to have with my steak. You could always just do barbecue style and have a nice pork chop and some corn on the cob. But you know, if you're avoiding getting things stuck in the teeth and all these things, and you want to be a little fancy, I say make a nice Caesar salad, a steak, and some Brussels sprouts and mashed potatoes. And it is pretty straightforward. Mashed potatoes are pretty straightforward. Brussels sprouts are pretty straightforward. A lot of it is just Googling it. My mom still uses KitchenAid. I'm pretty sure it's from the 60s. I believe you. Would you recommend for someone who enjoys using cast iron in every possible opportunity? What would I recommend, or would I recommend it? I really like using my cast iron, as long as you know how to season your cast iron after the fact to make sure it is non-stick. Cast iron is pretty user friendly. Just be careful that you don't immediately try to rinse it out after it's done. The handle is usually going to be balls to the walls hot, and it can actually crack. So just be careful. But yeah, I think cast irons are actually really, really good. They have a nice even sear on things usually. Yeah, I love a good cast iron. My cast irons are thrifted finds from like the 30s. Yeah. But yeah. How do I make potatoes? It depends. If you want to make something with skin on, all you have to do is wash it, dice it, or slice it. And you can fry it or saute it or boil it. If you want to make a mashed potato, you can dice it up real small. You can peel it if you decide, or you can leave the skin on. If it's a russet potato, I recommend peeling. But every other potato, the skin's not too hard. You're going to try and get it as evenly cut as possible before you put it in the water. You'll salt your water and bring it to a boil, and usually boil for about 10 minutes. At which point you can strain out like pasta. And then put back into the pot you were using and mash it with a potato masher. Get it nice and mashed up. Add some butter and cream. Also your seasonings of choice. For fries, obviously, you can heat up your oil to 350 or 375 and fry for about 7 to 8 minutes. Or till they're golden. Then you can put them on a paper towel lined plate and let them drain their grease and toss them in some salt or top with some salt. I personally like to throw it into a bowl right after frying and toss it in seasoning and then put it on my paper towel lined plate. But that's just me. Autocorrect hates me. Weeb. No. I'm sorry, Donna. Do you measure your spices or eyeball them? I eyeball them. I own a set of measuring spoons. I don't even think I use them for baking anymore at this point. I have not used them in quite a while. So... yeah, steak is fantastic. Yes, I've been obsessing over fettuccine lately. Yes, it's a very good noodle. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like when my noodles stick together. So as soon as they're out of the water and strained, I usually throw them back in the pot I cooked them in with a little dab of butter. So that way they stay separated. I know some people do olive oil, but the butter just adds a nice creamy and salty flavor that olive oil obviously can't because it's just oil. Coyote, check out Internet Shaquille's date night videos. If I'm making pork chops, would you say grilled or baked is better? I would say grilled. Personally, I like a grilled pork chop more than a baked pork chop. Personally, I love a fried pork chop the most when it comes to pork chop, but that might just be the southerner in me. What would you present to a prospective vegan girlfriend if not the door? You can do a nice mushroom medley served over some mashed potatoes with a nice sauce, and that is really nice. You can do a hearty mushroom bisque. I personally like mushroom as a meat substitute. You could always do beans, but your date might get gassy. But tofu is always a good option. I actually really like tofu. So you can make tofu steaks. I know that for mushrooms, king trumpet mushrooms, if you cut them in like rounds and then score them, you can make them essentially taste like scallops. So you can treat them like a scallop. But yeah. I think mushrooms are a good replacement. I mean, they're not great for protein replacement, but they are a good meat substitute. Does that make sense? So like in that umami flavor substitute. Yes. There are very few combos of food ingredients that are actually harmful. Something you create may not taste good, but it gives you insight in how to improve. Agreed. I agree completely. Thank you. You're welcome. Sena, do you like oatmeal and what do you like in it? I love oatmeal. I prefer steel cut because I like the texture. I like, usually I like a big glob of peanut butter and some berries. Real simple. Like a big old glob of peanut butter and some berries. Usually a berry compote, but yes. That is my preferred way of having oatmeal. Tomato soup and grilled cheese on a cold day. Yes, and you know what? That makes for a kind of cute date meal. Like, it's not fancy, but it's sweet and endearing. Like, imagine this. You meet like a dynamite gal and you have her over at your place to watch, like, I don't know, a movie. And you're like, I'm going to make us lunch or dinner. And she's like, oh, brother, I'm sure he's going to do something over the top. And she comes in. She's like, oh, what's that smell? It's tomato basil soup and grilled cheese. I would fall in love. I don't know about her, but I'd fall in love. I know a nice little cafe in the south of France. Ooh, Francois? Java, go out to the wheat fields to start on your croissant. Listen, Celis. Tomato soup and grilled cheese is absolutely correct. Yes, yes, yes. Comfort food. What? Smoke. I lost it. Oh, yes. Thank you for the super chat. Sorry. Speaking to boiling potatoes, any use or benefit to using the water? Not so much. Not so much. Not the starchy water from potatoes. Yes, not so much. Yeah. I mean, if you're making gnocchi, maybe a little bit, but otherwise not so much. What smoke oil would you recommend? For your cast iron? Or for like liquid smoke? You'll have to clarify, Deadbeat. Sena, yippee, yippee. Tomato Basque and Monte Cristos for the high class people. I feel like Monte Cristo goes better with breakfast food though, with a little syrup drizzled on top. But that's just me. Got my cast iron as a hand-me-down. Used that thing since I was a kid. I literally wish my dad would give me his mother's cast iron. It's been in the family for years, but he will most likely give it to one of the boys. So, I lose again. I'm about to make croissants from scratch. Oh, that is a Minna question. Definitely submit her something on Twitter. I don't know if she's been around lately. I think they are on a trip. Pretty sure. You could slice potatoes into discs, soak in water, dry, then chuck it into an air fryer and make chips. Yes, you can. You absolutely can. Slice it really thin, though. Not gonna lie, frozen fries in air fryer is so good and easy. Exactly. I've always eyeballed spices. Yeah, I think I've always eyeballed spices too. I always watched my dad cooking growing up, and I always just took notes of what he did and copied. When I first learned how to cook, I was a big ass chicken. I was afraid of the fire. I was afraid of the loud pops. I was afraid of getting burned and getting cut and all the things. And now it's something that's just par for the course while you're cooking, and I enjoy doing it. I don't know how I fell in love with cooking. I honestly think it's because I worked in kitchens that made me love it all the more. And then, you know, just the little special interesting myself to death of, oh my gosh, a new Food Network show just dropped. I want to go on it. So, yes. I had some pot roast from a restaurant with tomato. Like, not crushed or pureed. I mean, an apple slice. Oh, that sounds wrong. How do you fry your chicken? I fry my chicken in peanut oil. That is my go-to. You have probably heard me say peanut oil before. I love peanut oil. I live by peanut oil. No, I think peanut oil just adds a really nice sweet flavor to any fried meat, especially. French fries usually even taste a little sweeter when fried in peanut oil. It is my preference. So yes, I fried in peanut oil. I used to fry it in Crisco, but I have completely pulled away from vegetable oil and seed oils. So yeah, peanut oil or tallow. But I don't really like the way that tallow fries stuff. I like cooking with tallow or bacon grease, but I don't like the way it fries stuff. It just ends up tasting too greasy, if that makes any sense. So I don't want beef flavored chicken. That's my humble opinion. I'm sorry. Yeah. Cute bear lady. Hello. Better is the correct choice. Butter or better? Stream alive? Stream alive! Hello. Is Grug alive? Hello? If you keep a bit of water in with the butter on the noodles, it makes a great sauce. True, true. You could also add in some cheese and some pepper and just have a little bit of the sauce and no butter. And then you have cacio e pepe. Fondant potatoes are easy, but impressive to non-cooks. Glazed pork chop. Glazed pork chop is very good. Glazes are pretty easy to make. Don't even use your measuring tools for baking. That's impressive. My mom doesn't even do that, and she's been baking for years. I stopped. I eyeball it. Like, I will use, like, say for flour, I'll use my, like, 1 cup measuring cup, but it's mainly to just scoop into the bag. I'm not like measuring it out. I'm just like scooping and pouring. So yes. Ooh, mushrooms sound good. Or ricotta toast. Ricotta toast is very good. Ricotta is a really nice cheese. It can be used for sweets and savory. Very nice cheese. Yeah, I've never used the water from pasta after boiling. Does that really make a difference? It can. The starch just makes, someone said it earlier. I apologize. I didn't, like, memorize who said it. But it can make your sauce pretty velvety. It also helps with the sauce sticking to your noodles. Yes, it helps the sauce adhere to your noodles better. So, yes, saving, like, about what? I would say, like, a 1/4 cup of your pasta water is pretty smart. Pretty smart stuff. I heard fried pork chops, and here I am! Yes, a fried smothered pork chop. Mwah! Chef's kiss. So very good. Brap? Brap? I didn't brap. Did I brap? I didn't brap? What the heck? Wait, brap what? Wait, is a brap a toot? No, I didn't toot. Sorry. Sorry about it. I didn't toot. I would own up to that. I don't mind owning up to that. But I don't think I could ever... I feel like I have it mentally blocked to never do that on a stream. I did just drink some water from a straw, though. If it sounds like a toot, it's probably my chair creaking under me because it is not a normal desk chair. It is like some random, almost lawn chair style chair. So, yeah. Gross. I did not brap. Stop it, you stinkeroonies. Liquid smoke on cast iron as a seasoning? No. Smoke oil temp for seasoning for your cast iron. Oh, I like to use olive oil. Sometimes I season it with bacon grease. It kind of just depends what I feel like I'll probably cook with it next. Sometimes I season it with, like, I'll scrub it with some lemon and coarse salt. And then wipe it down with water and a paper towel. And then rub in some bacon grease or honestly some olive oil and then let it cook. Olive oil burns a bit higher, but you know, I'd cook pretty quickly, so I'm not too worried. But yes, peanut oil is the best for frying chicken or turkey. Yes, so good. Peanut oil or cottonseed for chicken. Peanut all the way. No seed oils. Sorry. Incorrect. If have light recurring frostbite, can be put affected area in water left over from boiled potatoes. Oh, really? I did not know that. Good luck. Croissants are time consuming. I've done thousands of them. They're very time consuming, and they they're not for the faint of heart if you don't have that roller machine that they have in professional bakeries. It's very muscle inducing. You will have muscles by the end. Even rapeseed oil, of course. Even that. Better butter is better. Yes. Food measurers are one of the fastest ways to tell my brother and I apart in temperament. He measures to a T. I dump shit until it's right. Yes, I am the dump shit. So what if I want to cook a rock for a certain marshmallow girl? Any tips for prepping that? Just get something that's food safe and just hand it to her. Does she have a brand preference? I don't know. I've tried to pick her brain a little bit. It has to be pumice. Not the foot pumice, obviously. She's not going to eat a foot pumice stone. But yes. I tried to pick her brain about it. I was like, what does it taste like? What does it feel like? Why do you do this? Do I know? Did she give me any real insight? No. I think she was just embarrassed. And honestly, as she should be. Rock eater. Oh, no. No. Honestly, I'm not sure what brand. I think she just said that she just Amazons that shit, which, yeah. So, I mean, if you're an Amazon truck driver and you're ordering and delivering a lot of pumice stones to the same house, you might have found her. Oh my gosh. I cook a lot and bake as well. Nothing better than homemade bread. Also did a wild hog meat lasagna tonight. Turned out great. Like boar? You mean? I hope you mean boar. Boar is such a good meat. I eyeball it, don't measure unless I'm baking. Yeah, I think the only thing I ever measure is like baking soda or baking powder. And even then, I've not been measuring it, and it's been turning out perfect every time. So, I don't know. Once you do a certain recipe a million times, it's just there. It's just there. I don't feel like I don't even write stuff down half the time anymore because I just know it at this point. But yeah. Excuse me. If you did, we would have told you. Oh, okay. Pasta water also helps any leftover oil emulsify into the sauce. I see. We would act very different if you tooted Sena. Oh gosh, okay. All right, I'm sorry. All throughout the interview, Sena tried to get the chair to make the same noise twice. Needless to say, she didn't get the job. What the hell? Say, I read that making soup, you want to have the meat in before cooking it and let it boil so the flavor gets in the broth more. I get doing it with beef, but do you do this with chicken? Not cook all the way through. You can literally just brown it on either side real quick and put it in if you really want. I think, personally, if you're going to do it that way, to do it all in the same pot. So, like, you'll brown your meat either side, and then pull it immediately, or sear it, I guess, on either side. Pull it immediately, and then put your stuff in for the soup, like your veggies that you cook down in butter, and then your broth, and then add the meat back in. So that way the flavor is embedded throughout. I usually bake my chicken and tear it in and then put it in the soup. Otherwise, I would say don't cook it all the way through and put it in. I would say if you're going to cook it all the way through, you should just cook it all the way through in the soup. So that way the meat's not flavoring the soup, but the soup's flavoring the meat. So, yeah. I said earlier about how pineapple juice does wonders for making steaks and ribs super tender. Yes, they do. Vinegar, all that kind of stuff. It's a tenderizer. Yes, it is a tenderizer. That was my leg sliding on the chair. Now you know. If that's what you're hearing. It is my bare naked thigh sliding on my plastic chair. Oh, scandalous. But yes. Worcestershire sauce, salt, pepper, rosemary. Oh, that's a nice marinade. Worcestershire is a good base for a lot of really good sauces for red meat. Thanks for the rock cooking advice, Sena. You're welcome. I'm willing to buy her rocks. I don't think she would accept you buying her rocks, to be honest, though. I think she'd rather put that behind her. Or just not share it with you guys, because she doesn't like getting bullied. She's sensitive. She's a sensitive soul. You gotta pamper her, not bully her. If we give mellow gold, do you think she will eat it? It's pretty soft. Nah, she'll just use it to fund things for herself. My style of cooking is deep fry it. Yes, that is a great style of cooking. I have succeeded in making my computer work. Huzzah, I've done it myself. Good job. Sena turns down the mic gain to stream the stream. Good job. Super beautiful girlfriend. How are you? Happy New Year. Love you. Happy New Year. I'm not your girlfriend. Just like a freaking episode of Chowder. I'm not your boyfriend. Instead, it's girlfriend. I'm not your girlfriend. Ah! Oh, I miss that show. I miss good shows. Back to the anime. I gotta get caught up on Poultry. Dang. Yeah, I love me some woosty sauce. I thought you said woozy sauce at first, and I was like, me too, brother. Hell yeah. But also me too. Worcestershire sauce is very good. Very good. Sena confirmed bear. Yes, yes. Rawr. Because it's acidic. Yes, the acid breaks it down. Yeah. Or sous vide. You can sous vide stuff. Yes, yes. I don't own anything for that, so yeah, no. Yeah. You need some of the Maillard. Whoa. Wow, thank you for the super chat. No message? Just a little giggly, shy pear. He's a shy pear, y'all. Thank you for the super chat. Bocce love, yes. I will be Sena's panini. You can call me paninis. Okay, paninis. Or paninis? Is that what you prefer? Are you a paninis? I almost said something too yab. Too yab. Base. Yeah. Alright, any more questions? Any more questions before we go full Zatsu? Any more questions? I was going to show you a picture of the finished pasta. I will have to post it on Twitter because for whatever reason, my computer does not want to load it. So, yeah. Ha. Go for it. Paninu. Bonk. Sinabi. Yab. Never. My weenus paninus. Ayo. How do you cook fish? What kinds of fish? Personally, I like trout, I like salmon, and I like red snapper. I like halibut a little bit and tilapia a little bit. They are not my favorite because they lack a lot of flavor. I am not huge on tuna cooked. I like it raw. That is my preference. I much prefer tuna raw and seasoned. I just don't think tuna has the best flavor in my opinion. That's just me though. For salmon, I just like to sear it on either side and just pull her off. I love keeping the skin on my salmon. So I usually fry it skin side first to get a nice good crisp. And then I flip it over. And I crunch through that. I like topping my fish usually with this hot sauce that I got from Trader Joe's, which is really sad because I'm almost out and there are no Trader Joe's in my area anymore. At all. So it came with me when I moved and I got Trader Joe's yuzu hot sauce. And it just has this nice citrusy hot sauce. It is quite delicious. It is the way that I had hibachi style salmon in the hibachi place in Tokyo Epcot Disney World. They served it with a yuzu hot sauce and it was delicious. So yeah. Pardon? Spends money for stickers. Nice. Yes. iPhone. Yup. I will be honest, it is completely outdated and I have not used it. I have not updated it in years. It's maybe about 5 years old now. The Face ID technically doesn't work to unlock my phone anymore because I dropped it from the railing when I dropped my laundry down the stairs at one point when I was still living at home. And it was wrapped up in the blanket and I thought I had grabbed it out of my blanket and it was wrapped up in the blanket and it fell in the blanket on the ground and shattered. And I still got it fixed and it was still cheaper to fix than replace it. So yeah. Miso glazed salmon side sous vide and then torched for color. Not half bad. What's better, taquitos, burritos, enchiladas, or quesadillas? I prefer enchiladas. I like enchiladas the most. I would say tacos would probably be my favorite. Taquitos are what, the little hard fried rolled ones? Or are you saying tacos fall under taquitos? If tacos fall under taquitos, then taquitos. Otherwise, enchiladas, because I like it smothered in sauce and cheese. Yeah. And then you're usually guaranteed like a slow cooked meat. Or it's just a cheese enchilada, which is so good. But then bean and cheese burritos. Wow, that's a harder question than I thought. But yes. Tuna sandwiches are a Lent staple. Well, I'm not Catholic. So I don't practice Lent. But I believe you. I know fish and chips are really, like fish fry, Like a fish fry is very popular on Fridays out here, especially in the Easter season, which I assume is Lent as well. Burning my mouth with a nice mouthful of burning broth, one of my favorite feelings. Oh, so you're a masochist. Got it. Blocked. No. I need water. I'm like, my mouth's getting dry. I'm also like super fidgety in my chair today for whatever reason. Usually I can just like kick back and relax, and I'm like moving in my chair. Been like sitting crisscross applesauce for a good minute. But yeah, F how? Donna is best sashimi. Yes. I like salmon baked in lime juice, topped with salt, pepper, basil. Ooh, yum. There are a lot of tuna salad sandwiches in my future. Blech. Blech. I'd rather have an egg salad sandwich. And I make a really good one. A really good one. My egg salad is superior. It is superior. Yeah. Yeah. Love doing stupid shit with this model. Yeah. Small eyes. Taquitos are like flautas. Flautas are open faced though, right? Taquitos are the rolled up ones. Am I showing my whiteness? Just order it online, goober. Nah. Weird. The only way I cook fish is salmon. I put olive oil on a pan, fish skin down, cover in soy sauce, then cover in adobo and sazon goya. Bake for 30-ish minutes at roughly 400. Sazon is really good. But I don't know. I don't like baking stuff. I like the more steps involved, the less thrilled I am. I want it now. I need that immediate gratification. I'm American like that. But yes, I did it again, but it tastes so good. Oh. Did what? Did what again? Enchiladas all the way. Taquitos are like enchilada cheese sauce. Oh my, so good. Fried chicken sandwich? I like a fried chicken sandwich. I prefer a spicy one though. It has to be spicy usually, because like sometimes they use a poor cut of chicken or it's just too thick. I don't like a super thick one. I like it when it's a little thin if the chicken's been flattened out or pounded out, right? That is my preference. I just like a thinner slice of meat on any sandwich for the most part. That's probably why when I tried In-N-Out Burger, I liked it so much, because it was a very thin slice of meat. Because it gets a nice, even crust all over. But yes, need to run. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good evening. Sena egg salad recipe now. Okay, you boil your eggs. You peel your eggs. You dice your eggs. And then I like to make a homemade mayonnaise with egg yolks and olive oil, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, salt, and pepper. And then I make my own. And then I mix it into the eggs with a little bit of bread and butter pickle juice and finely diced bread and butter pickles. And a shit ton of black pepper and a little bit of salt. And the tiniest, extra smallest smidge or sprinkle of sugar. And that is my egg salad recipe. It is delicious. It is delicious. I love it. I love it. It is so good. You're welcome. Mwah. My cooking is the best. Peeling the eggs. That's where I've been going wrong. Oh my god. Crazy eyes. Yes. Drink water, chat. Yes. Thank you for the reminder. Okay. I'm going to die in 30 minutes. Have a safety video drinking game. I'm confused. Salad and sandwich? Yes. Eating eggs with the peel based. Absolutely not. The simpler it is, and the longer you can leave it to simmer and do its thing, the better. I agree. Pasta sauce is great for that. Soups and stews and chili. Great for that. Yeah, I agree for the most part. Yes. Sena sip. Alright. I like to eat honeys. You like to eat honey? Or you like to eat like honeys? You'll have to elaborate, song. You'll have to elaborate. Yeah. I like 2 days ago, I tried to crack an egg to make scrambled eggs and ended up having a hole form at the top. So I had to peel a liquid egg and pour it out the shell. It might have been too cold in your refrigerator. The membrane might have solidified a bit from the cold. Potentially. Obviously, I'm not a scientist, but potentially. I like honey on my peanut butter sandwich. I do too. A peanut butter banana honey sandwich. So good. Especially if you toast the bread. But yeah. I would be hungry if I wasn't absolutely stuffed with pasta right now. Have you ever gotten a 2-egg yolk? You know what? I go through about 18 pack of eggs every 1.5 weeks. And I would say at least once a month I get a 2-yolk egg. At least once a month. It's pretty impressive, right? I think so. I like clover honey the best. Yes, I like local honey the best. It helps with my allergies. When I was a kid, I loved eating chocolate syrup and apricot preserve sandwiches at my grandma's house. Interesting. I don't like chocolate with a lot of different fruits, but I feel like apricots would probably work. I like chocolate with raspberry. Interesting. Huh. I'd have to give that a go. I do really like apricot preserves, though. Toasting is definitely improves at about 25% minimum. Yes, usually I like to toast my bread for most sandwiches. Now you know what it feels like, Sena. What? What feels like? Java, you just keep posting things without context. I don't get it. I'm dumb. Hi, Tristan. Hello. Confused by Song Wang. Song Wang. Speech pattern confuses you. Oh, yeah, I don't know. He's gone. He's been lost to the other. But yeah. A farm I went to sold straws full of honey. First and only time I've ever actually had honey. I'd like some more. That's the only time you've ever had honey? Girl, what? What? You gotta get it together. Dried apricots are the best. Yes, but don't eat a whole bag or you will be on the shitter forever. I'm totally not speaking from experience. I use toaster waffles for the bread on the peanut butter honey sandwich. Fantastic. Oh, that's cool. It's like a little too sugary, I feel like, but I believe it's probably good. I love waffles. Waffles or pancakes, chat? Hold on. Let's see how many of you are wrong. All right. I'm going to poll it. The thing you always do to me. What am I doing to you? You're making me sound so abusive. What? Or confusing you? Do I always confuse you? What it feels like to like something and someone else says it when you are thinking it. Ah, suka. I see. But the apricots are tasty, Sena. Don't stop me. They are tasty. Pancakes, waffles, pancakes. Vote! Don't put it in chat. Vote. Do I like pancakes? Of course I like pancakes, but are they my favorite? I love French toast. I love French toast. It's very good. Waffles are better. Waffles are pancakes with syrup traps. Yes, you're understanding. You understand, Jason. You get it, Jason. They use the same batter. Okay, but like texture. Come on now. You get the song I referenced. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Kamina. Separate egg. Drop the yolk into a bowl of soy sauce, mirin, and a bit of brown sugar. Refrigerate for 3 days. Put over hot white sticky rice. A meal for the gods. Ooh, I believe you. That sounds really yummy. Ooh, I'm gonna have to try that. I literally have all those things. Pancakes are easier to roll up and put in your pocket for lunch. At what? In your pocket? Okay. Whatever you'll say, Majik. I love all breakfast. All breakfast was created equal. That's what you sound like. The crisp waffles are way better. How is this even a question? Thank you. See, I don't like syrup. I like butter. You can't spread butter on a waffle. Yes, you can. They have little pockets for butter. It's butter pockets. What are you doing? You don't even know. Foxy Roxy. They only use the same batter if you're doing one wrong. Yeah. Pancakes can have a crunch and texture if you cook them right. No, then they're not pancakes. They're flapjacks. If they're crispy, it's because they were fried in butter in a skillet. It's just the only way to have pancakes as flapjacks. I hate waffles. Too dry and bad flavor to them. Don't you dare take our brand and co-opt it into your opinion. How very dare you? Mom would heat up the syrup and melt the butter into it. Made it easier to pour as well. Your mom's a genius. Why didn't I think of that? That's so freaking smart. What the fuck? Give your mother a kiss for me. Thank you. Damn straight flapjacks. Yeah. Not when the butter's cold. It just rips up the pockets. That's why pancakes are better. Easier to spread the butter. You don't just leave your butter out on the counter to stay lukewarm. I'm sorry. What? My southern heart, I cannot understand you. You refrigerate your butter? Who the hell refrigerates butter? Not me. Unless I'm not using it. If I'm using it, it's on the counter. And it's there forever. In a cute little butter dish. Yeah. Cute little Pyrex butter dish. Heck yeah. Milk syrup. Wow, so you just redefine what a pancake is to skew argument in your favor? Yeah. Tile, stop. Stop. You're gonna get in trouble. Knock it off. Shh. You're so angsty. Oh, he's so angsty, guys. No way, that's how you get butter. That's gone bad. No. You don't eat. That just means you're not using your butter quick enough. I do. Can't leave butter out on the counter. I have a cat and not enough room. You can't train your cat to not be on the counter. It's called tinfoil. Can't leave the butter out. It's too hot in Florida. Oh, skill issue. I'm so sorry. Floridians. You stay losing. I'm so sorry. Unless it comes to Abby, then you stay winning. Yeah. Freedom style pancakes are too big to be good most of the time. For a butter dish. But butter melts. How hot is your home? I don't be turning on the heater half the time. I like it as an ice box. Room temperature butter is the way. Literally, you have to refrigerate it if the ambient gets too hot. Yes, but it's not too hot where I live. It's cold. My great-grandmother would add sugar to brown sugar. Add sugar to brown sugar and pour it over pancakes in the mornings. Best pancakes I've ever had to this day, made with love. Add sugar to brown sugar. Brown sugar is sugar, just with molasses. So what do you mean? What does it mean? I don't even eat breakfast. I can tell. No. I can tell. I can tell. You're slowly becoming the most unbased of my parents. You don't eat breakfast. I'm judging. I'm for real judging. But yeah. Crepes are superior. Crepes are good. They're a little thin. But it's good. A little French. But it's good. It's good. It's all good. It's all good. Well, that might just be my family's fault. They've been left butter and milk out for days. Yeah, no, I go through butter a little too quick, so butter goes on everything. No reason to put it away. Exactly. If it's sold refrigerated, it's meant to remain refrigerated. Okay, glowy. Anyway. Oh, I just do whatever the daddy calls me to do. Ah, waffles reign supreme. You live to see another day, guys. I put foil on the counter, and in the morning the cat was curled up asleep on it. Holy crap, really? I thought that works. I'm not a cat owner. Do you use vinegar in your eggs? No. Nope, I don't. She melts it together and makes a simple syrup. Oh, okay. I don't eat breakfast. Happens when you go to work at 4 a.m. We don't like get a break around 8 after 4 hours to have breakfast. It's still breakfast. I was poor growing up. Ah, no. Don't let that be like me teasing you or anything. No, that's fine. I was just curious as to how it worked. In my mind, it was like she was mixing brown sugar and white sugar together and then just sprinkling it. I'm like, how does that work? But making a simple syrup makes a lot of sense. No, that makes a lot of sense. So don't apologize. Don't make me feel bad either. I'll shoot you. Crepes are really thin pancakes. Yeah. You overeat. Yeah, exactly. You can't stop a cat if they want something. True. They're too independent. I need the control. You can't swat my hand away when I want to pet you. That's my job. Yeah. Redefine what a pancake is and be surprised at pancakes coming in second. Oy vey, what is a cured democracy? I know, it's just like America. Don't you feel at home? Don't you feel nice and safe? Tucked in even? Vinegar and eggs, what is wrong with you? I mean, like, certain vinegars really work. I don't know, maybe they're British. I don't know. I like topping my scrambled eggs with Cholula, so, to each their own. Yeah. Well, I can only speak in favor of pancakes because I've never had waffles. What? I know all of you are at least adults. How do you make it to adulthood and haven't had a basic breakfast item? How? Every restaurant that serves breakfast carries waffles usually. What the frick? How do you manage? How do you like make it this far and like, yeah, I don't really want to try it. What a picky little shit. Also, that maple syrup and melted butter sounds great. Yes. Breaks. That's a good one. Legally speaking, they owe you a break. Make them give it to you. Threaten them. Make them kneel. Not a cat owner? Well, the one thing you need to know is that it's not your house with a cat. It's their house with you in it. Yeah. You're making it seem not like the best choice to own a cat. But I know they're sweet and cute. I don't know. They can be sweet and cute, I guess. Tapatio over Cholula. You're wrong. You're wrong! Papa, no! Cholula. Come on. Hi-yo. Oh my god. Okay. You know what? I don't feel like I have anything else to add. This is the stream? Ah, shit! Okay, I do have stuff to add. Back to the cooking theme. If you ever are in a pinch or like, I want to know how to do this. These are my 3 favorite cooking YouTubers. You have Ethan Chilbowski. He has some really great how-to series. Binging with Babish. I unironically think his Basics with Babish series is really straightforward and thorough. It's really handy. And then the Adam Ragusi, all of his shit is good. Literally all of his shit. He was like the first person to ever be like, if you don't have a certain claw movement, that's fine. You're literally a home cook. Who gives a shit? And I was like, oh, he's just like me for real. So he is, I like highly recommend him. So yes, these are the best cooking YouTubers. Yes. Adam Ragusi is really interesting. Yes, he's a home cook. As is Ethan. Ethan is also a home cook. But yeah, you're wrong. Mans doesn't even post and draw as Oshi. How could you be right? Good wishes. Man, I miss binging with Babish. Yes, so good. I love binging with Babish. One of the only good ones. Oh, so yup tonight. Anyways, Ethan is great. Adam has decent recipes, but some awful takes sometimes. You know what? I don't know. I feel like his takes are fair. I think as a home cook, you have to recognize that, like, not everything is necessary. You're not a chef. Although there was some of his stuff that I also admittedly didn't agree with, but now I can't even remember. I think it was something I liked to cook, and I was like, you're wrong! You're wrong, Adam! But, you know, his name's Adam. He's going to be wrong sometimes. It's in the name. He's the great fall of man. What do you think of Alex, the French guy? He's alright. J. Kenji Lopez is good, but tends to overcomplicate things a bit. See, like, these three I feel like are the most straightforward for a beginner cook. Yeah. Adam, hey. Oh, no. I see what you did there, Sena. No, you didn't. But yeah. That's it. That's the stream. Thank you for coming. Any more questions, shoot them right now or forever hold your peace. I will have my schedule posted tonight. I have it made up. I can at least read it out to you. I'm taking a little more rest days so I can really work on some behind the scenes project that I've been putting off. So I am resting Monday and Tuesday, and then I'm doing a Zatsu on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we're going to continue the Silent Hill. Then Friday, I'm resting to watch Pamu. So, yes. And then Saturday, I'm going to do an ACNH, Animal Crossing collab with Nyana. And then on Sunday, we're doing a Killdozer iceberg. So be there, be square. And I'm hoping to do my favorite YouTuber, Wendigoon, proud by doing a comprehensive and well thought out and well processed iceberg. Hence also why I'm taking rest days for once. So yes, okay, that is it. It will be posted, it will be pinned. Continue to draw your Build-A-Bears. I will see some of you guys in Discord, I'm sure, at some point after the stream. And yeah, nice seeing y'all. Goodbye, Stinkies. I forgot how I do my stupid freaking outro. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, guys. You batter country fried steak by soaking it. You'll do a dry dredge, wet dredge, dry dredge, and then fry it. Sorry, I'm just now saying this. Okay, bye, bye, bye.